Imagine yourself in a room of complete silence. Everything around you feels calm, still, almost frozen in time, yet inside there is a constant noise, a quiet murmur that refuses to be ignored. This sound is your unconscious mind trying to communicate something vital, something essential for your well-being. Throughout life, we often ignore this inner voice. The outside world demands our attention. It is loud, urgent, and persistent. We get caught in daily routines, social pressures, and the chase for success, all while neglecting the most important part of our existence, our connection to ourselves. But what happens when this disconnect starts to wear on us? What happens when the inner noise grows louder, demanding to be heard? The famous Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung spent his life studying these mysteries of the human mind. His message is clear. What you nurture inside yourself shapes everything you experience outside. There comes a crucial moment in everyone's life, a moment when we must choose between preserving our inner peace and maintaining the relationships around us. This choice is never easy. From a young age, we are taught to prioritize external approval, to shape ourselves according to society's expectations, often without fully understanding them. We learn that keeping peace with others is an act of love. But Jung asks us to reconsider how genuine is love if it costs you your true self. Every relationship leaves a mark on our psyche. Some inspire us, uplift us, and help us connect with our true purpose. Others drain us, make us doubt ourselves, and disconnect us from who we really are. This emotional exhaustion is not accidental. According to Jung, it comes from a deep conflict between our conscious mind and our unconscious self. This gap widens when we ignore our inner signals and let outside pressures control our lives instead of listening to our own needs. Maybe you've experienced this yourself. You might be in a relationship that seems perfect on the surface. Others see harmony, stability, even happiness. But inside you feel a persistent discomfort you can't explain. This feeling is not a weakness or a flaw. It is your unconscious mind speaking, telling you that something doesn't match your true nature. Ignoring these signals can lead to ongoing dissatisfaction, a slow loss of sight of your own desires and needs. Jung believed the unconscious doesn't speak in clear words. Instead, it communicates through symbols, dreams, and feelings. When someone or something drains your energy, it's no accident. It's an invitation to look closer and reflect on what part of yourself you might be sacrificing. Is it your peace, your self-worth, or your authenticity? The real challenge, Jung said, isn't avoiding these situations, but learning to face them. Analytical psychology teaches that every conflict, inside or outside, is a chance to grow. But growth requires courage, the choice to put your inner peace first. This doesn't mean cutting off all relationships. It means learning to set boundaries, saying no when needed, and letting go of what no longer serves you. Letting go is hard. We resist leaving behind what's familiar, even when it hurts us. This resistance comes from the shadow, the hidden part of ourselves that clings to comfort, even if it traps us in suffering. Jung reminds us that true transformation happens when we face our shadow, not deny it. Integrating the shadow means accepting it as part of ourselves. Each time you choose peace over a draining relationship, you send a powerful message to your unconscious. You deserve better. This small act changes how you see yourself and the relationships you attract. When you align with your true self and honor your essence, the right people and experiences seem to appear naturally, almost like magic. One of Jung's key insights is that relationships mirror our soul. Everything that draws your attention, what fascinates, inspires, or even irritates you in another person, is a reflection of something inside you. This idea can be hard to accept, especially when dealing with difficult relationships, but Jung urges us to look deeper and ask, what is this experience trying to teach me? When you feel stuck in a draining relationship, the first impulse is often to blame the other person. But Jung believed real power comes from self-examination. Ask yourself, why am I allowing this dynamic to continue? What fear or insecurity stops me from letting go? These questions are difficult but essential for growth. The shadow is central here. Often we are drawn to troubled relationships because those people reflect parts of our own shadow we haven't accepted. For example, a controlling partner might mirror your struggle with boundaries. A critical friend could highlight your own insecurities. Recognizing these patterns doesn't mean accepting mistreatment. It means using these challenges as opportunities for change. Jung taught that growth doesn't happen in comfort, but through confrontation, facing uncomfortable truths about ourselves. Choosing inner peace means not just releasing what doesn't serve you, but also confronting your deepest fears. Fear of emptiness, loneliness, or change. Letting go is a brave act. It requires trust that better things lie ahead, even if you can't yet see them. Releasing is one of the most powerful steps toward becoming your authentic self. But letting go doesn't mean abandoning important relationships. It means freeing yourself from what no longer fits who you are becoming. This process can be painful because it often means shedding old parts of your identity that you once clung to. Yet in that empty space, the greatest possibility awaits, the chance to rebuild yourself more aligned with your true essence. Jung taught that letting go creates space for new experiences, people, and opportunities to enter your life. It's like tending a garden. Before flowers bloom, weeds must be cleared away. This inner clearing transforms not only your relationships, but also how you see yourself and the world. When you put your peace first, something powerful happens. You begin to attract people and experiences that reflect that inner state. Choosing peace doesn't mean avoiding conflict or running from challenges. On the contrary, the most meaningful relationships often push us to grow beyond our comfort zones. But there's a crucial difference between relationships that help you grow and those that constantly drain your energy and pull you away from your purpose. The key is learning to tell the difference and acting accordingly. Jung emphasized the importance of listening to your intuition, that quiet, knowing voice that always wants what's best for you. Intuition isn't irrational. It is the language of the unconscious, a deep and ancient guide connecting you to your deepest truth. To hear it, you must first quiet the external noise, lower the volume of distractions and expectations, and pay attention to your feelings, dreams, and subtle body sensations. These are the ways your unconscious communicates what you need to know. When you choose peace, you strengthen your connection with your intuition. You tell your unconscious mind that you trust it, that you value its guidance, and that you are ready to live according to your deepest truth. This choice not only improves your emotional health, but also changes the quality of your relationships. When you are at peace with yourself, you gain clarity to set boundaries, communicate clearly, and attract nourishing relationships. Jung spoke extensively about the shadow, the parts of ourselves we hide because they don't match the image we want to show the world. These parts don't disappear. In fact, the more we suppress them, the stronger they become, often showing up in our closest relationships in ways we might not recognize right away. For example, if you often find yourself in relationships where you feel unvalued or ignored, it might indicate a deep belief in your shadow that you don't deserve full love or respect. These unconscious beliefs act like magnets, drawing people and situations that reinforce the same painful story. But this isn't a punishment. It's an opportunity, a call to heal, change how you see yourself, and rewrite the story you've been telling for years. Jung challenges us to do the inner work to integrate the shadow. This is not easy, but is deeply freeing. It means facing our most uncomfortable emotions, recognizing our recurring patterns, and examining our relationships. Instead of blaming others or circumstances, we ask, what part of me is creating this situation? What can I learn from it? This self-exploration does more than heal old wounds. It breaks the cycle of repeating the same painful experiences. As you accept and make peace with these hidden parts of yourself, something remarkable happens. The energy you send out changes. People who once drained or challenged you lose their hold, not because they change, but because you change your perception and reclaim your power. One of the greatest gifts of choosing peace is clarity. When aligned with your true self, you can clearly see which relationships support your growth and which do not. This doesn't always mean cutting ties immediately, but learning to set healthy boundaries. Boundaries are not rejection. They are acts of self-respect and love, ways to show the world and yourself that your well-being matters, that your authenticity is essential, and that you are committed to honoring your inner truth. At first, boundaries can feel uncomfortable, especially if you've spent much of your life putting others first. But every time you choose peace, you reinforce that you deserve respect, balance, and harmony. As you continue on this path, the more you align with your truth, the more naturally the right people, opportunities, and experiences will come to you. Letting go is never simple, but it is always worth it. Beyond fear and uncertainty lies something far greater, the life you were meant to live. Jung reminds us that true growth often arises from discomfort. Every time you set a boundary, you deepen your connection with your authentic self and affirm your right to live in peace and according to your values. Remember, you are not alone. Everyone faces challenges in relationships and on the path to authenticity. Jung spoke about individuation, the process of becoming who you are truly meant to be. This journey is neither quick nor straightforward. It requires patience, self-compassion, and courage. Yet every step toward authenticity creates ripples, improving not only your own life, but also the lives of those around you. As you move forward on this journey, you'll start to notice changes in your relationships. People who genuinely resonate with your true self will begin to enter your life. These connections won't be free from challenges, but they will be founded on mutual respect, support, and shared growth. Such relationships encourage you to become your best self, rather than asking you to sacrifice who you are just to fit in. Carl Jung also highlighted the significance of synchronicity, the meaningful coincidences that seem like the universe is working in your favor. These moments are not random. They confirm that you are on the right path. When you choose inner peace and live authentically, you'll experience more of these meaningful events, as if the universe responds to your alignment with your true self. By embracing your shadow and prioritizing inner peace, you will witness a remarkable shift in how you perceive the world. Jung believed that our external reality mirrors our internal state. This means that as you engage in self-healing and live according to your values, the experiences and relationships you attract will transform accordingly. For example, if in the past you were drawn to people who reinforced unhealthy patterns like emotional dependence or criticism, confronting those patterns within yourself will naturally lead to more balanced, fulfilling connections. This transformation isn't accidental. It comes from your willingness to face your inner shadows and reclaim your authentic self. One effective way to support this change is through conscious reflection. Jung emphasized that dreams and emotions serve as guides into the depths of our psyche. When you encounter conflict or discomfort, pause and reflect. What am I feeling? What is this emotion trying to tell me? What underlying beliefs might be shaping my response? Answering these questions helps bridge the unconscious and conscious mind, an essential step toward a more peaceful, fulfilling life. Choosing to face. These difficult questions, rather than avoid them, strengthens your connection with yourself and the world around you. A key lesson from Jung is that inner peace is not a fixed destination, but a continuous practice. It requires ongoing commitment and self-compassion. There will be times when you feel pulled back into old habits or tempted to stay in situations that don't align with your true self. In those moments, remember that every choice matters. Even small steps toward authenticity have a significant impact. Another powerful practice is learning to trust synchronicity. When you commit to inner peace and living your truth, you'll notice how people, opportunities, and experiences arrive just when you need them. Jung described synchronicity as meaningful connections between seemingly unrelated events. These moments are signals affirming you are moving in the right direction. For instance, after ending a relationship that no longer serves you, you might meet someone who truly inspires you or find an opportunity that aligns perfectly with your values. These experiences confirm that your choices are creating positive change. Trust them and keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. Focusing on your inner peace also transforms existing relationships. Not every difficult relationship needs to end. Many can improve when you shift your perspective, set boundaries, communicate honestly, and remain authentic. Toxic dynamics can dissolve, making room for healthier connections. However, it's also important to accept that some relationships are temporary. People may enter your life to teach specific lessons or reflect parts of yourself that need healing. Letting go of these relationships is not failure. It's an act of self-love, recognizing that you deserve to be surrounded by those who support and celebrate your authenticity. When you live in alignment with your true self and choose peace over dissonant connections, something profound occurs. You reconnect with your purpose. Jung called this process individuation, the deep journey of becoming who you are truly meant to be. This path is neither simple nor comfortable, but it is vital for a meaningful, fulfilling life. Individuation means breaking free from external expectations, social roles, and limiting beliefs. Instead of conforming to what others want, you explore your true identity and what you want to offer the world. This transformation reshapes not only your personal life, but also the relationships you keep. When aligned with your purpose, relationships that no longer serve you tend to fade naturally. There's no need to force separation or cause conflict. Connections that don't support your growth simply lose their place. Simultaneously, you attract people who share your values and genuinely support your evolution. Jung also stressed the importance of balancing opposing forces within ourselves: light and shadow, reason and emotion, intuition and logic. Inner conflict arises when we deny parts of ourselves. For example, you might seek security in relationships that limit your spontaneity, or connect with people who challenge you but disregard your boundaries. The path to inner peace is not about choosing one side over the other, but integrating these opposites into a harmonious balance that reflects your whole self. When you reach this balance, your relationships change. You no longer seek in others what you lack inside. Instead of depending on external sources to fill emotional gaps, you form relationships from a place of completeness. A practical way to do this is by learning to listen to your emotions without letting them control you. Jung saw emotions as gateways to the unconscious, but warned against being trapped by them. If a relationship causes anxiety or frustration, rather than blaming the other person or suppressing your feelings, ask, what is this emotion trying to show me? What part of my shadow is being triggered? Answering these questions helps you make conscious choices aligned with your truth. This might mean setting boundaries, having hard conversations, or even ending some relationships. Each time you act from clarity, you deepen your connection to yourself and cultivate inner peace independent of external circumstances. Synchronicity becomes clearer when you align with your true purpose. Choosing peace doesn't just allow the right people and opportunities into your life, it sends a strong message to the universe that you are ready for growth and abundance. This act of faith triggers a series of events designed to support your progress. For example, after leaving a toxic relationship, you may meet a mentor, friend, or partner who inspires you in unexpected ways. These encounters aren't coincidences. They reflect your commitment to your emotional and spiritual well-being. However, remember, this journey is not linear. You will have moments when old patterns tempt you or relationships that no longer serve pull you back. This is natural and does not mean failure. Every choice, even small ones, that prioritizes your peace adds up over time, building a strong foundation of authenticity and well-being. Jung also highlighted the vital role of intuition in decision-making. We often ignore our inner voice because it conflicts with logic or outside expectations. Yet intuition is the language of the unconscious. Learning to listen to it is key to living in alignment with your true self. When you prioritize peace, you become more attuned to your intuition and better able to recognize which people and situations nourish your spirit and which drain it. This awareness helps you build meaningful relationships and make choices aligned with your purpose. A central idea in Jung's work is projection, the notion that everything you see in others, both what you admire and what bothers you, reflects something within yourself. Conflicts in relationships are opportunities to explore what these dynamics reveal about your own psyche. By acknowledging and working through these projections, you heal both your relationships and the parts of yourself that need attention. Choosing peace is not about isolating yourself or avoiding relationships. It's about fostering connections that reflect your authentic self. When you do this, the right people come into your life naturally, and opportunities aligned with your purpose flow effortlessly. This is the transformative power of living in truth. Jung's message about choosing peace over any relationship is more than a call for personal growth. It's a tool to transform the world around you. Each time you prioritize your emotional and spiritual health, you contribute to a more genuine, meaningful, and hopeful environment. Now is your chance to take action. Reflect on the relationships and situations that pull you away from inner peace. Ask yourself what you can release to make room for what truly aligns with you. Never underestimate the power of a conscious choice. Even a small step can trigger profound change. If this message resonates, I invite you to join this movement toward authenticity and self-discovery. Share this video with someone who might need these insights, someone searching for inspiration to choose peace and live authentically. Together, we can build a community guided by Jung's teachings to transform lives. Please leave a comment below, sharing which part of this message impacted you most, or what action you plan to take to prioritize your peace. Every interaction, whether a comment, like, or subscription, helps this content reach others seeking answers. If you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. This conversation is just beginning, with the potential to change many lives, including yours. Remember, transformation starts with you. By choosing peace, you not only reshape your inner world, but also positively influence the world around you. Thank you for being part of this community. See you in the next video. Your authenticity is the greatest gift you can offer the world.